Hello, I'm Llewellyn King, the host of White House Chronicle, which is coming right up. But first, a few thoughts of my own. I've been thinking, oddly really, about public relations, what it is and how it works. Well, how it works is it's institutions or individuals trying to be better regarded by the public, particularly if they're selling something, or otherwise in the public eye. Two of the greatest examples of truly innovative public relations I know about was a British politician called Anthony Nutting, who was hired to do publicity for the film Lawrence of Arabia, which he didn't know much about how to do, so he wrote a scholarly book about the Arabs and about Lawrence, and it was published at the same time the movie came out. Both were a tremendous success. They fed on each other. Brilliant public relations. Another Brit, Lord Hailsham, also known as Mr. Hogg, he got rid of his title at some point, he was hired to do publicity for Spanish beaches. The English started going to these beaches, but only the working class and the lower class who got drunk a lot, didn't spend a lot of money otherwise, and they wanted to upgrade the whole thing. And they thought, well, if we get Hailsham, he's a lord, he's a very well-known man, he could do something. Well, Hailsham was brilliant. He was rather roly-poly. He had the sort of body that I have. So he had photographs taken by the popular press of himself on a beach in a Victorian bathing suit, one of those things that covered you all up and was made of wool and, you know, both itched and was very unpleasant to wear. Bow! It was on the front pages of all the London papers, and people who would not have gone to Spain for their holidays started saying, well, if it's good enough for Hailsham, it's good enough for me. But a great public relations opportunity has just been squandered. General Motors, oh dear, General Motors, and the other two, but it's General Motors we think about mostly because they are larger, because they have proportionately large arrogance. They had an opportunity of such public relations possibility. Supposing Rick Wagner, the chairman, had driven to Washington in his most fuel-efficient car. Now, he could have a truck behind him with his paperwork and his staff, but if he had driven himself, no, he flew in an aeroplane. And all three of the heads of the domestic automakers testified before Congress why we should give them money. They came in private jets. None of them came by automobile. Worse, none of them evinced the least enthusiasm for their own products. If he had driven, he could say, you know, that new small car of ours, it did 37 miles to the gallon today. Comfortable, too. I was thinking how remarkable it is as I was driving on the highway to get here, Senator. They blew it big time. They probably won't get their money for that trouble. Public relations is important. I have a great program for you today. I have wonderful guests, and we will be right back with them to talk about the financial crisis and other things.